Hello everyone. Little technical itch since I come back from America, so I've had to just go back to my normal phone. Apologies with that. Hello Kim. Hiya Funky. I was trying to set it up to do a proper one, but it's just I think I've done settings while I've been in Las Vegas and my phone just won't connect with anything. Hello views. I've tried about 6 times, so I've had to just go straight onto an ordinary phone. Can you all hear me by the way? I tried to do it through a webcam and everything, which I normally do, and for some reason the settings are wrong. Stop yoga to watch this. Better be good. Hi, Brian. Sound is okay. Hiya, Julie. Yeah, I did about 6 different attempts to try and do it, so you probably got about 12 different warnings on different videos. Um, Apologies for that. It's technology, isn't it? Hi, Paul. I couldn't connect with YouTube either. Oh, I don't know what was going on then. Maybe it's just, I don't know. So I've gone back to the old fashioned live on the phone. As long as you can see me and hear me, it doesn't matter. I just don't have all the screen things coming up now. Hi, Christine. Hi, Patricia. Hello, Tyler. Oh, Las Vegas. It was brilliant, but it's taken its toll now. I just can't get my body clock back into normal hours. Hello, Andrew. Yeah, believe it or not, it's the body clock was just it's took, I mean, yesterday I didn't know where I was. I woke up somewhere like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's a long slog. Hello, Liz from Southport. I don't know, I'll have to have a look at it, Funky. I've only just come back, and by the time I've sorted out, even just get me washing done, and I haven't even looked trying to get videos up. I tried to get last night's one up before I fell asleep. You know what I mean? Hello, Marion. Paul, haven't been on for a while. How are you now? Maz from Wrexham. I'm fine, love. I'm fine. Great videos, mate. That's Tony Travels. What day did you get back? Well, I got back on Sunday, but I did a break in Dublin. I stayed a night in a hotel in Dublin and recorded that as well. So I broke it up on the way back because I knew I'd be so tired coming back. Did you see? No, I didn't even get into the MGM. I bypassed it. Oh yeah, I seen the big one outside. In fact, I think that's on the video. The big line outside of the MGM Grand. I don't know where I'm no change from then though. I don't know, JBM. Part of the why is Northern Ireland so expensive? Well, I think just the whole of Ireland is expensive now. Belfast used to be really cheap, and it seems to have the city centre has come in line with Dublin. Last time I went to Belfast, the prices were so expensive. Hello, Michael. I don't know what's going on. City breaks are not cheap city breaks anymore. You might be able to fly out to a city for a cheap flight, but once you're there, you need a fortune. Paul Graham's saying he hopes I'm feeling better. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. Just waiting for the hospital now for this little op that's going to happen. But they told me, are you ready for this? This is hilarious. They said that my pre-op lasts up to 6 months. I've had the pre-op, but they said after 3 months, you'll have to have a pre-op. So if I haven't gone under the knife within 3 months, I've got to go back and have another pre-op. But the pre-op lasts for up to 6 months. Anyhow, they have real lines in the zoo in MGM. Didn't get in there. I'm definitely going to be going back. Got to go back because there's so many hotels. and some that you shouldn't be going to. I actually, what I did while I was there was I did 10 cheap eats on the Las Vegas Strip, which is another video coming your way showing you how you can eat on the Las Vegas Strip for under $10. I've completed it, it's done, so it's going to be coming up. Just to show people there is a budget side of Las Vegas. And one of the places I was going to was slightly off the strip. And oh, I got told by one of the staff members, get back on the main road and get back to your hotel. You are in the wrong area. I didn't realise I drifted that far away from the Las Vegas Strip, but I was in a nasty area and had to get back quick. Hello, Nicola. I would like to visit Krakow again, but the flights and hotels are very expensive compared to a couple of years. They're not though, Tyler. Krakow's dead cheap. The problem is, it's not now. Wait for the kids to go back. Wait till about September and just keep your eye on, do Skyscanner and keep your eye on it, and you will see that the flights are really cheap to Krakow. And I stayed in one, if you don't, well, you don't mind anyhow, Tyler, because I know you. I stayed in one which was a boarding house right in the centre of the square. And it was fabulous. It's a massive big room with a double bed. It was classed as a hostel. And I think I paid £29 for the night. That was only last year. Check one of my videos, Tyler, you'll see it. I think it was called the Brammer Hostel. Rob, Vegas was brilliant. Very tiring, but brilliant. The only thing is, I did 9 hotels on the Las Vegas Strip in 10 days, and I walked the full length of the Las Vegas Strip. Why do you not really see full board hotel deals in the UK? Why are hotel breakfast so poor? I don't know. You're asking me the wrong questions. You should be asking the hotels. There are hotels you can get full board JBM in the UK because you can get all inclusive hotels. You just need to search. And breakfasts aren't all so poor in the hotels. I've had some good breakfasts in hotels in Blackpool. I've had some bad ones. But then again, I've had bad ones in Benidorm. I'm off to Benidorm next week. Got my factor 50, Brian's saying. Look out. Yes, you probably will need it now because it's August, so it's about 40 degrees, I think, Benidorm. Better off going to the vet so you'll get better looked at. Oh, no, yeah. Don't even start me on that, Paul. Yeah, Rob's saying exactly the same as me, JBM. What my attitude is, I've said this all along, I will not stay in a hotel. I would not go and review a hotel that I would not feel nice and comfortable in. So the cheaper you go, the cheaper it's going to be. So pay a little bit more and get a better hotel. 80% off breakfasts are so horrible. I don't, oh, 80% of breakfasts are horrible. You must be going the wrong hotels. Tyler, I will look into it. Thanks. Oh, we'll cross. I'm trying to answer different people now. Um, yeah, look into it because I'll be going back to Krakow before Christmas. Definitely, I will be. Premier Inns have good breakfast, for example, good value. Yes, they do, Rob. I think I've found the Premier Inns seem to have a nice breakfast. Okay, you might pay a little bit over the odds, probably pay about 15 quid, 20 quid maybe on the Premier Inns, but you do get, it's normally all you can eat buffet style, so you can just, put it in your pockets and take it home with you if you want. The Park Hotel in Blackpool, good stay and good food. Well, there you go. So they're not, there you go. So you just contradicted yourself. Not all the hotels are bad. I have stayed in bad ones. I've stayed in ones where you could throw the sausage at the wall and they'll bounce back at you because they're like rubber. I've stayed in ones where eggs are like Fisher Price. But that's just, I think probably one of the worst hotels in Blackpool for a breakfast, um, and I didn't even have it. It was other people telling me it was probably the Norbrecht Castle, is it? Someone said it was absolutely disgusting, the breakfast in there. But I've stayed in quite a few Blackpool ones, and the breakfast has been really nice. The one that I stayed in, the one that I said was a really cheap hotel with the food, and I went back and revisited, but walked out straight away because I think it's got a certain clientele in it now, as opposed to what it was when I was there. It was a really cheap hotel in Blackpool, really nice room. The room looked like it'd only just been decorated. And 12 months later, I went back to see why they'd stopped doing the breakfast. Because when I come to look up on it, they weren't doing breakfast anymore. So I did a revisit, walked in, got the smell as soon as I walked in, seen the people that were in there, and walked back out. Within 12 months, that hotel had changed. Hello, Anthony. Back again. You know, don't, you talked about breakfast. You know what? I've had some nice breakfast, believe it or not, in Weatherspoons. It's weird. It depends where you go and which ones. I've had bad ones in Weatherspoons, but I've had good ones in Weatherspoons. Hello, Silent Sands. Some of the smaller Blackpool B&Bs have good breakfast. Yeah, I went into one. It was an elderly couple had it. It was the boarding house. It wasn't a. I've done the video. And really nice lady and her husband. They've had the hotel for years. You could tell it was a family hotel. That typical feel when you go in with the furnishings. Um, you could just tell straight away that they've been there a long time. And she cooked the breakfast. It was like your mother cooking your breakfast for you, basically. Yeah, it's just that's what I find. If you find the more family friendly ones type of thing, whereas you could tell they've been in the industry for years, they're an elderly couple, and basically they're just plodding along with the life and running their little hotel. Um, you get that homely feeling off them. Now, I stayed in the Imperial, didn't have the dinner, so I wouldn't know. Right, hello, Lisa. Can't beat the Lindine and the Imperial Fab Hotels. Great breakfasts. Well, there you go. We've got JBM saying the breakfast. Horrible breakfast. Good dinner, horrible breakfast. Now we've got Lisa saying it was a great breakfast. I only had the breakfast and I found it was fine when I was there. Right, we've got 27 people on. Hit that thumbs up. Let's get a few more people on. It's school time now. I find that the views of the videos drop down now, and I find that people are preoccupied, obviously, with the children. Uh, so at this time of the year, it's a bit slower for content creators, I would say. That's my opinion. I might be wrong. Yeah, I like the Lindine, and the rumour is, after I did my Blackpool one, apparently it's not coming down because I got to look at a planning picture of the area, and it's a total brand new hotel going up next door, and it has no link to the Lindine, nothing at all. It's not even got a bridge across or anything. It's a separate hotel. No, Anthony, I was lucky because I'd gone to Dublin and then Storm Flora started, and I thought I'm not going to get back home from Dublin. But the flight was a bit bumpy. We got home, obviously, but it was really coming into John Lennon Airport. It was all over the place, but we landed on one wheel, I think. But we got in there. Got in there. I thought, oh, where we going? I've got all this way back from Las Vegas, and I'm going to get stuck in Dublin. But the journey from Dublin, if I was going to go back to the States again, I would definitely go through Dublin. Definitely. No way would I try, unless I was forced and there was no other way to get there other than through Manchester. I would give Manchester a wide berth. Yeah, they are JBM. It's the kids off school. Families are doing things. And by the way, it's the busiest time of the year for holidays. The 6 weeks of schools. Families are away now with all the kids. They're not watching YouTube. I stayed in Blackpool when I was 14, and the teenage boys in the hotel opposite me. Hang on. I stayed in Blackpool when I was 14, and the teenage boys in the hotel opposite me did a moonie at me 44 years ago. Well, it can't have been that bad, Nicola, because you can still remember it. Have I tried a holiday inn in Blackpool? Meant to be the best. I've done the holiday inn. I've already done it, JBM. It's on one of my videos. Nice hotel. And again with the breakfast. Uh, the problem with that one, I found that one hand didn't know what the other one was doing in that hotel. Uh, they couldn't get the coffee machines to work. Staff were messing around with it. People's drinks were coming out just like, mind you, it was only a few weeks old. People's drinks were coming out just like milk instead of coffee. Then one machine wasn't working, so we all had to use the other machine. Then that machine broke. Uh, they were up the wall, but it had only been open about 5 weeks when I done it. What a cheek, Paul, yes. Mooning out of hotel windows, I. Yeah, like a train and probably. Do you know what? It was a really nice hotel, but it was cold. If you know what I mean, it was one of them where it felt like they were just going through the routine. Um, you were just a customer, basically. Again, what I was saying to you before about these big hotels where you're a number, and then when you go to these little B&Bs, you're a guest. There's a difference. The the likes of the Premier Inns and the travel lodges and stuff like that, it's a company, and basically you're just a number. You're a person going through. You might get some nice staff. A lot of people just go through the routine. I found that in the Arcos Gold Hotel in Benidorm, brand newish, couple of years old, 4-star hotel, and it was regimental. She might as well have had a script in front of her when she was walking around on the reception, because it was just like, can I have your date of birth? Can I have your passport? And I was like, is this person real? They were just reading scripts, and there was no atmosphere in the whole of the hotel. We heard that you didn't get breakfast in Tiffany's. No, unfortunately. Audrey Hepburn turned me down. She was busy. She was in Mackey's apparently, so I couldn't help it. I've been over 450 hotels and found out hotels have cooked the breakfast. So, well, yeah, served breakfasts are sometimes a lot better because they're taking time to prepare it for you. When you've got a buffet style, it's just mass turnover, isn't it? Mass turnover. Sometimes the eggs, as I say, by the time you come to get a fried egg, it just looks like a piece of plastic. The sausage are dried up because they're just left there, aren't they? If you're like late for breakfast, um, then, and by the way, that's another thing. They don't throw anything away, hotels. We all know that. So what's not used one day will be used the next. Yeah, very impersonal, the holiday inns. As I said, the bigger the companies, the less value you are to them. Hello, Craig. I'm fine. We heard that you did. Oh, that's come back on again. We heard that you didn't give references. Sorry about the. Yeah, the bit. Yes. Okay. Doesn't matter. Don't worry. Salutations from Brad. Some holidays at Paul's. Uh, might as well put a robot on. Honest to God. And then the bit about we need your passport scanned, we need your credit card details, we're going to charge this amount. I mean, they charged four lads €800 because they were in two rooms. That was in that gold Arcos 4 star. €800 between the two, between four of them. A bit nasty. If you haven't got, if that's your spending money on your holiday, what are you going to do? Gina Martin, hi Paul, how are you doing? Now, glad to see you back. I'm fine, Gina. Enjoyed your Hard Rock after your shopping video of Egypt. Oh, thanks, Anthony. Do you know what? I've just done the one in Las Vegas, the Hard Rock, so that's going to be coming up as well. Uh, the Las Vegas one had so much memorabilia in it. Oh, it was fabulous. The problem was they're all in glass cabinets, obviously, but with the Las Vegas Hard Rock Cafe, it's a full sheet of glass. The whole front of the premises is glass and the sun's shining through. So you can imagine you can't get an image off the glass cabinets. All you got is a reflection of the daylight. So I'm trying to move around. Plus the fact people are trying to have meals. Now, the only other option I had to that would have been to have gone in the night time when it's dark. But then that's when they're busy. And that's when you're not going to get into a booth to take a picture of Elvis's jacket because people are sitting there. I can't lean over them while they're having the meals. So I managed to get some of it, but unfortunately there's a lot of memorabilia there, a lot. The Rat Pack and everything, the clothes. It's just like there's a lot to see. Unfortunately, there's a lot of glare. There's a load of Jimi Hendrix clothes. It was a good Hard Rock, but then again, it's Las Vegas. What are you expecting? You're going to see stuff. If any Hard Rock in the world is going to have music memorabilia or rock memorabilia, it's going to be Las Vegas, isn't it? So I hope you enjoy it when it comes on. JBM definitely doesn't like Tiffany's. Would you consider? Yes, China and Japan is definitely considered. If you book the house hotel, £50 despite unless you book direct. Andrew, good evening. Hello, good evening, Andrew. Right, 31 on. Come on, hit it. Let's get a few more on. I'll tell you one thing about Las Vegas, though. Or should I say, the long haul flights. I've said this on the video. You'll watch it when the video's on. Can anyone tell me why your connecting flight is always the furthest gate away from the one that you actually get off? You've got a connecting flight, you've got an hour to get off the plane. And by the way, you're waiting on the plane because they're waiting for ground staff to come and sort out the jet bridge. So you're thinking, I've only got so long for a connection flight. And then they say, oh, sorry about this, we're waiting for the ground staff, waiting for the jet bridge to be deployed. And then the jet bridge comes and then you're running through and then you get through and then you find out where your connecting gate is. And it happens to be the furthest point of the airport. You are 20 minutes away from D area. You are 15 minutes. You are 9 minutes away. And you're thinking, by the time I got through through Charlotte Airport and got to my departure gate for Las Vegas, it said boarding 10 minutes. I had absolutely no time in Charlotte Airport other than trying to get through and get to my departure gate. Unbelievable. No, I've not been to Gracelands, Nicola. Um, don't know if I ever will. I liked Elvis, but I don't know if I liked him that much to travel that far. Hiya, Jackie. Vegas was fabulous. I love Vegas. Can't wait to see where you stayed. Ooh. Let's just say a mixture. A mixture of all the hotels. Shall I tell you? Does it matter? Because you'll be looking forward to the videos then, won't you? Right, come on, we've got 39 people on. Shall I tell you some of the, or shall I tell you the list of the hotels that I stayed in? Yes or no? Or are you just willing to wait? Hi, Paul. Is New York worth going to? I don't know, I've not done New York, but New York is definitely on the plans. But I think if I'm going to do New York, it's going to be um, Christmas time, I think. Tell us, please, where you stayed. Yes, 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 please. So, yeah, Jackie wants to know. Oh, Andrew's saying no. Uh, Macwoozle's saying yes. Evening, Paul and the gang. Mickey P's joined us. Nicholas saying no. Oh, God. Auntie's saying yes. Don't know now because I've got two or three no's. Then again, if it, oh, I don't know. Yeah, another no from Funky. Oh, do you know what? I'm not going to now. I'll tell you. I'll tell you two of the lesser ones that I stayed in. Okay, just two. Now I stayed in which is the worst hotel in Las Vegas. They're not my words. They are TripAdvisors and basically everybody, even people I spoke to, staff at hotels, couldn't believe I'd stayed in this hotel. And it's the Circus. It's in North Las Vegas Strip, and it's in an area that you basically, even the Uber driver told me not to go out at night time. I loved it. I thought it was a brilliant hotel. Okay, it's 60 something years old or 50 something years old. I'll tell you in the video anyhow. And you can see, okay, it's a bit flawed around the edges, but I loved it. Entertainment wise, I loved it. But you listen to other people. Okay, the area was a bit iffy, but evening, Paul. I know everybody asked you. Hoping you're keeping well. Best holiday. And where do you like going to most? Well, Rob, you know, I love me Benidorm. I still love me Benidorm, but there's a couple of places now that I'm traveling around the world having the opportunity to. Um, I've sort of got this little thing for Croatia now. I really like that. Could they not mute? Oh, there you go. Did you feel safe there? My son goes next week to Vegas. Can't wait to see where he stays. Do you know what, Gina? Just tell him, get if he hasn't already got it, get the Uber app, right? And if he's traveling, what if you're North Vegas? Once you're up past, I'd say, um, past the Venetian onwards, the Venetian, the big one, uh, past that onwards up north, then it gets a bit at night time. Daytime's fine, but at night time, don't go off the main strip. But once you're in central Vegas, which is where the Bellagio is and the Paris, then you're okay. That's like, well, when I say you're okay as you can be. but day and night there's a lot of people around. And then you have south, the strip, which is down by the MGM Grand and the Luxor and the Mandalay Bay. As you get further, Mandalay Bay is basically the last hotel at the bottom of the strip. Once you get past that point, it then gets a bit iffy again. So I found taxiing. If you're nighttime and you want to go somewhere, taxi. You're only talking a few dollars. Wasn't that expensive. I think the airport was only about, from the airport to my first hotel was only $12. Yes, I did actually feel safe. Overall, I felt safe. I just didn't go to the areas that the Uber driver warned me about. And I didn't get a chance to go to Fremont because of doing 9 hotels in 10 days. And don't forget, you've got to be at the hotel by 11 and you can't check in till 3 or 4. So I'm walking around with 2 cases for like 5 hours in between each day. It's a hard slog. So it's not a holiday, it's a working journey. That's all I can say. So I'm carrying 2 suitcases. And the Sunday that I was there, it was 108 degrees. It was ridiculous. You couldn't breathe. Where are we up to? Yeah, there. You like a surprise. Okay, I've only told you the one. Best sausage is Grange. No, not listening. Okay. Anthony, ever thought of going to Hawaii? Do you know what? I just think the States alone. You've only got to think of the States. You know, I haven't got enough lifetime to get me to all the places in the States. There's just so much. Oh yeah, so Jackie stayed at the Cosmopolitan. I seen that. That was by where I was. The Mirage is getting done up. That was like a building site. The Flamingo, I saw that one downtown. Three Nuggets. I would have liked to have got downtown. Fremont Way. Yeah, I've got to go back. I've definitely got to go back. I went to Croatia last year. What a beautiful country. Yes, at home with David. Glad you could join me. Croatia is beautiful. Mickey's saying never been there, but everyone he knows has said it's a new favourite place. Yeah, I loved it. Zadar was fantastic. A bit expensive apparently. It's another Zadar is another European city, so capital city. Well, when I say capital city, it's a main city. And whenever you go to city breaks, you pay the price. It's always the way. Have you gone alone or just scared to go on? Have you gone alone, Paul, or just scared? I was on my own, Jackie. I was on my own. I wasn't scared because I was out every night. I just didn't go off the strip. You just don't go off the strip. You don't start go. You've only got to go one street back, and you can see the difference. I didn't find Croatia too expensive. Well, it depends where you go because you know me, I always look for economy, anything cheaper, and I was looking for like the cheapest places to go to have something to eat and checking the boards and stuff like that. Even when I was in Croatia, so you still have a little look around. Blackpool is amazing. Well, you're talking to someone who's never out of the place, never wanted to fly anywhere. Oh, well, silence. You should give it a go, even if it's just to Ireland. Have you been to a No, it's that's for some reason it's just not on my bucket list at the moment. Times may change, I don't know, but I've never been there. I've never been to Iraq either. They just don't seem to be on my bucket list at the moment. 34 people on, come on, hit the thumbs up, come on. If you hit the thumbs up, it sends it out for more people. I didn't expect this amount, to be honest with you. I thought to myself, it's going to be a quiet night. And then having me problem trying to get my cat is from Iran. Oh God. Yeah, but I would recommend Las Vegas to people if you want to go, if you're thinking about it. Expensive, very expensive once you're there. And it's again, it depends on what part you are in Las Vegas, depends on the prices you pay. The hotel restaurants are through the roof. Um, I was looking at some of the breakfast buffets. You could get breakfast buffets anything from $30 up to $60. All you can eat buffets at breakfast. And I was thinking to myself, are you going to sit there and eat $30 worth when you get up in the morning? I mean, one breakfast buffet had oysters on and um, prawns and mussels, and I was thinking, no, it gives me cornflakes. Yes, Dubai is on the list. It's on the list to be done. You always go off peak, cheaper with no kids. Win, win, win. Nicola, that's the thing, isn't it? This it's the same as me now. I'm pulling back. I'm pulling back on where I want to go now because of these 6 weeks. Because I can go to the same places in about 4 or 5 weeks' time for probably half the price. Oh, Jackie, don't even go there with the resort taxes. I didn't know where I was, didn't have a clue. I've had to sit today to do my accounts to try and sort out what the hell was going on. Because I went into one hotel and it was like, right, we got to charge you $45 resort tax plus the 14% tax. And I was like, okay. And then, oh, we want $150 off you security deposit, which you'll get back the day that you leave. And I'm like, but you've just took resort tax. Yeah, that's the resort tax, that's the extra fee on top of what you paid already when you booked it. And I was up the wall. And then I was thinking I had a certain amount in my Monzo account, which was I was paying for the hotels. But then you go to your next hotel and they go, yeah, your resort fee is like £75 and we want $50 security and that will come back to you. And then I was thinking, right, hang on, I haven't even had the 150 back off the one before. So by the time I got to the sixth hotel, I didn't know what was resort taxes. I didn't know how much money was still coming back to me because I had that many. Because you have to pay a resort tax, a resort fee, a resort tax, and then you've got to pay every hotel asks you for a security deposit, which you get back. So I didn't know where the hell I was with money. I still think I've got money coming back. I still haven't got a clue. Brad says I could eat $30 worth of breakfast. You probably could do, but when you see some of it, it's like I don't know. I can't do pancakes and syrups. Egypt for me, Paul. Roll on December. There you go. Paul, do you plan to review the park, the Prince Park in Benidorm? Is that the one over on the Poniente side? Talking to Brad now. I've done something. Prince, can't remember the one I've done. Yes, I thought of Cape Verde. I know I've got friends that go. Um, I think they go about 2 or 3 times a year to Cape Verde. So it is on my list. As I say, it's only there's only one of me, and yeah, I can only get to so many places. Just checking I haven't missed anybody's. No, I've got everybody's, I think. Yes, I've read everything. No, I haven't done it then, Brad. I haven't done it. So probably put it on my list. Yeah, Jackie, I heard that that one was. Again, it was time. It's just time because by the some of these hotels to record when you're walking around, I nearly told you the name of one there by saying it. Some of the hotels that I stayed at, you know, there's a lot to show. Um, so by the time I'd done that, and then I had to shoot out. Don't forget, as I said, I've done 10 places, 10 cheap eats. So I had to time them for certain times of the day so that I can show you different meals. So I'm trying to run to them, and they're all on different parts of the strip as well. It's not like 10 places to eat in next to each other. I had to eat up in the north and do one there, then I had to move to another one, and then just move about to try and get that video complete. 10 bits of heat, 10 cheap eats on the Las Vegas Strip. Um, I did go to the buffet in one of the hotels, and by the time I got there, they'd just finished it and they were going to start the brunch one. And I thought, no, do you know, I just can't be bothered. But I believe the win is the best one. But I think that's the most expensive one. I'm sure someone said it was dead expensive in the win. Off to Benny next March. Michael's saying staying at the Mont Park. Love this hotel. I have stayed at the Mont Park. I would say 9 times, maybe even more. The only thing with that is if it's cardiac hill. When I mean cardiac hill, it's at the very end going up towards the cross. It goes up off the recon and you are out of breath. You are definitely out of breath before you get to the hotel. Lovely hotel, lovely people that run it. Been going for years. Did you go to the Hard Rock? No, I haven't, but I am going back to Tenerife and I'm staying in, is it Playa Las Americas? I don't know, got one of them over that side. Uh, and the Hard Rock Cafe is there, isn't it? So I will be visiting that one when I go. I would love, I'm not that fussy on, I don't know, Australia just doesn't do anything for me, but New Zealand I would love to go and see because I believe it's a beautiful country. Australia, I don't know, maybe I've seen too much home and away. Uh, you know, the Sydney Harbour, the bridge, I can go, there's one by us, do you know what I mean? There's the Runcorn Bridge, I could go and have a look at that. Um, it's not quite the same really, is it? Now, if I had the choice, New Zealand, I would probably love to go and see. Right, Lisa's saying, been to a lot of Hard Rock cafes, very expensive. We stay very well club. Well, I just like the music memorabilia. That's all. And the one in Florida, uh, what's it called? City Walks. That's it. The one there. That's fabulous. That one when you go in because they've got a whole Elvis room with his costumes in the one in Florida. Brad's saying I could. What's that? The Pez Espada. Oh, Edward and Mrs. Simpson used to stay there. I wonder if they used that name or was it just Mr. and Mrs. Smith? Yes, the wind is the most expensive includes drinks though, beers and wines for your breakfast. It sounds like a good breakfast. Oh, one of the breakfasts that I did go to, you ready for this? Included in my breakfast, right, for the price that I got, was two Bloody Marys. You'll love it. It was a Mexican breakfast, by the way. And, well, I didn't have to drink Bloody Marys, but they were in the price. So that's one of the breakfasts you look out for. Have you thought of going to Brookside? To Brookside in McGull? Have You thought about no. What's Brookside in McGull? Is that a hotel or €10 for a taxi to Benidorm Cross? Oh, don't be lazy, Nicola. Walk it. I did. I think if you go to, I think if you go to Australia or New Zealand, it's so bad that you commit to go for a couple of months. Yeah, that's the thing. There's so much to see in those places, and it's like America. I When I was coming back from Vegas, I thought to myself, this is a waste of a journey. I should really be going on to somewhere else, um, rather than making that journey all the way back to go all the way back again when I do decide to go back to another part of America. It's just if it was so easy to do, then I could have done it. But it's not that easy because there's things that need to do. You've got commitments back at home, and but the ideal would be to just go from one part to the next part to the next part and keep going in the real world. I went to Amsterdam 2000. I was amazed how nice it was. It's not just no, it's not. Amsterdam's beautiful. It's only certain parts off Dam Square that have got what you're talking about. I find it novelty really when you're walking around the side streets and the wind curtains open and then you see somebody standing there, uh, just in underwear. I find it funny. I mean, one minute you're looking in the Pandora window, and next minute you're looking at someone's bits. I knew what you meant, Brad, so it doesn't matter. No, one Bloody Mary, Brookside Close. That's not in McGull, Brad. It's in West Derby. There's nothing there now. It's people's houses. It's not the TV series. It's just people live there now. Yeah, it does look amazing, and that's why it's used for a lot of stuff, Brad. New Zealand, isn't it? I think it was used for was it Lord of the Rings and Xena and places. Was it Xena? Princess Warrior. Um, Hercules, I think, was shot there. A lot of movies have been shot in New Zealand. There my parents behind me. Nosy. You can get any buffets, lunches and breakfasts and all different. Yeah, that's it. You just got to search around. Some of the places are dead expensive. I'm not being funny. I seen some restaurants, and when I saw the prices of a steak, I thought, well, one, I better take a mortgage out for this restaurant. But you can tell by looking at them. You can tell by looking at them on the strip. You're not going to be getting a steak and chips for, you know, $20. There's no way. You might be 10 times that, you might get your steak. Patricia's saying, glad to see you back on form. Can't keep up with you. I know, I'm trying. Is that your dad? He had lots of hair. Yes. Yes, he did have. He had a full head of hair. I don't know what happened with me. It was my granddad, I think. I think it jumps a generation, doesn't it? They say. As they say, grass doesn't grow on a busy street. Yeah, someone said they thought someone sent a message to me regarding doing the live when I put that notice up saying due to travelling. Someone thought that something had happened health wise, But that was my travel day to Las Vegas because I only booked Las Vegas within 4 days. I went and had me pre-op, and I said to the nurse, I said, what are we talking now? Are we talking like a couple of weeks? I said, because I have work to do. Are we talking a couple of weeks? So she went, oh no, your pre-op lasts 6 months. Um, and after, if you haven't heard from us within 3 months, after 3 months, we will send you again for another pre-op. So I said, so you're telling me I could be sitting around any time from now to 6 months? She went, oh no, you could get called in a couple of weeks. I said, but you've just said 6 months. I said, so what happens if I want to go on a holiday? And she went, just go, and we'll just if a appointment comes up and you're away, then we'll just move it to another time. They weren't bothered, and I just thought, you pre-op, after 3 months you've got to go back and have another pre-op, and then the doctors went on strike, and I just thought, you know what, got home, and within 4 days I was on a flight to Las Vegas. I'm going to Prague in December. Have you ever been? No, that's another one on the list. When I come to do my sissy breaks, I'm going to start picking different countries. I'm looking at Berlin now, over that way. I'd like to do a little bit of the Scandinavian side. No, no, I didn't do. Was she in a couple of damn Franks, wasn't she, or something? I haven't done her, no. At home with David. I'm doing all right. The symptoms that I've had regarding when they thought I had the stroke, touch wood, seems to have dropped. When I spoke to my doctor last, they seem to not be there now. Um, so the concern's not as much as it is. But then I've got this hernia operation going on. So I'm hoping that the symptoms go, because as I was told, if the symptoms of what they thought was causing the stroke, if they come back, then that's going to stop the hernia operation. So I'm up the wall at the moment. Yes, Jackie, you might have business class money, love. I've been with Virgin, but I was in the hold, and all he done was he shoved a stale butty through a hole. That's where we sat. Yeah, Virgin flights, they do. To be honest with you, when I've been with Virgin flights, you've had to ask for a drink. Unlimited food, not on our one. You must have been on some sort of different Virgin flight. The one I went on to America, when we went to Florida, you basically got drinks as they come round. You could go up and ask for more, but they weren't flown with it. And the food was one of them. Oh, that's one thing I can tell you about the flight. The food going to Las Vegas. Oh God, the chicken was like rubber. Oh, you know those economy class meals? Vile. We went upstairs in business. One of these days, I might get up in business class. It's one of my goals. But I think the channel is going to have to be a little bit bigger, um, for me to be able to afford business class. Got to go, Paul. All right, Pat. Bye. Catch you later. I've been to Prague. A TV program called Coach Chip. It was a fab place. Oh yeah, I remember that Coach Chip program. Laugh out loud. Yeah, yeah, Paul. I used to be the one time into a pre-op until I got the operation date, and then you go. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Funky. The pre-ops, they just. I don't. Half the time, I don't think they know what to do. Next week, to friends of mine who are driving to Switzerland. 80-year-old. Jesus, is it gonna get there? Catherine, hello, Catherine. Hi, Paul. I had a TIA about 4 weeks ago. Things will be okay now. I've got new medication. Oh, nice to see you on the mend. Nice chat with you. I'm off now. See you later, Jackie. I'm going to pull this in about 10 minutes, by the way, because believe it or not, I am still shattered. It's just, I never ever thought jet lag existed. Never ever thought it. But don't forget, it took me 20 hours the way I did it to get to Las Vegas. It would have took me 17. Uh, I'm talking about from door to door. If I'd have gone by Manchester, then it would have took me 17. But because I went to Dublin, it took me 20. But again, watch that video when it comes out because I did the whole travel video and I show you how I booked it and I show you at the end how much I saved. Now, I went on my own and you're not going to believe the difference in the flight, in the cost of the flight going from Dublin than it would have been going from Manchester. Let's just say I could get another holiday out of it. Why don't you why don't you really use your intro anymore? You talking about my introduction one. I do use it, JBM. You talk about the intro with the aeroplane. I do use it, but I only throw it in every now and then. It'll probably come up on the Las Vegas ones. The only reason why I don't put them on every single video is because people just get fed up watching it coming on all the time. Be looking forward, Catherine's saying, to the new vlog. So what I do is I every now and then throw in that intro. So it's due to come up on. Yeah, I thought you meant intro. Yeah, yeah. I just don't want to overpower people with it constantly. It's nice to just have it on every now and then. It could be changing shortly, by the way, the intro. Not the intro, the music could be changing on it. A few bits of music could be changing. I've got a musician in the family who wants to do themes for me. Um, we'll have to see how that goes. So he could be changing that theme for me totally. Depends if he's any good. He'll kill me. Good evening, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Hope so. Oh, Crispy's turned up when I'm going off. Feeling better now after the health issues. I've been on an hour. Good night. Take care of yourself. Right, JBM's going. That's what I'm saying. You just come on, and I'm going off in about. I'm going to last about another 10 minutes. As I said, the jet lag has really took its toll. I didn't realise, but it's three airports, three flights, three airports, and oh, the flight. Can I just tell you, one of my flights was a nightmare. The longest one. It was 7 hour flight, 7 hours 25 minutes, with a baby screaming, and I don't mean for 10 minutes. I'm talking probably 5 hours out of the 7.5 hour flight. I was lucky enough to be 6 rows away, but I felt sorry for the people that were actually sitting round that same row. Don't know what was wrong with the baby, but 5 hours at least of non-stop. I had the blanket over my head, I had the earpods in, I had the music playing, and I could still hear this child screaming. Couldn't have been on the smaller flights. It couldn't have been on the 35-minute one to Dublin or the 4 hour one to Charlotte. No, it had to be on the 7.5 hour one. What was the scanner website that cheap flights talking about? It's called Skyscanner. It's not cheap flights. It just directs you to the options of the flights. Now you've got to be very careful with Skyscanner. Is when it tells you the cheapest flight and you click on it, it could take you to a company like chip.com or cheapflights.com. Now, they might be cheaper, but if it's with Ryanair, Scroll down and find the Ryanair price. Now, the Ryanair price probably only going to be about £5 more, but don't be a cheapskate and go for that cheaper little price. The reason for that is because they're a third party and they'll send you a proxy email address. So when you try and look for your booking on Ryanair, it's not accepted. You put in your email that you get given on your booking and it's a proxy. It's not the Ryanair one. So what I use Skyscanner for is to find the flights that I want to go on and look for the cheapest I can find with the guaranteed companies, as in British Airways, American Airlines, Ryanair, EasyJet, Wizz Air. If you find a company offering you a flight with Ryanair or Wizz Air or Virgin or whatever, and they're a company, be careful. You might save 50 quid on like an American flight. It might look tempting, 50 quid, 60 quid, but remember, if something goes wrong with your flight, you can't go back to Virgin. You have to go back to this third company, and that's where the problem starts, because then you can't get your refunds. So be careful. Just search for Skyscanner. It's brilliant. I use it all the time. You get really good cheap flights with Ryanair and EasyJet to all the European countries. Are your vlogs only on Sundays now? What do you mean vlogs? Oh, the videos? No, I put one up last night. I'm going back to 2 a week now. I was only doing Sundays at first when I didn't know what I was up to, but I'm back to 2 a week, so I'm doing Tuesday and Sunday now. Good night, thank you, good night. Okay, someone's off. Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. I've been on Jet2 flights, I've not done a holiday yet. So I hope that makes sense to you regarding the Skyscanner, Nicola. They're a very good site to search for flights. And if you don't know where you want to go, you can put in everywhere and it'll search flights for you. And then you might decide, oh, let's give that a go when it brings up the country. But I've done this before I did the travel channel. I did that where I went with a third party and it was a nightmare. It was actually during COVID. And when we tried to come get our money back, that was a nightmare because basically they wanted to give us vouchers. It wasn't direct with the company, it was through another company, Travel Up, I think they were called. Travel Up. And when I tried to get my money back because we couldn't travel, they was only willing to give you vouchers for 12 months. And I kicked off and kicked off and kicked off. And in the end, I did a charge back through PayPal. And I got my money back. But they were even though I was traveling with Virgin, Virgin didn't want to know because Virgin didn't have the money. Travel Up had the money. And they hadn't released it. So I tell you, it's difficult when you're not going direct with the airlines. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. Stick with the airlines themselves. You've got your little bit of guarantor. And if something goes wrong with the flight, like the likes of COVID, what happened with Virgin, direct booked with Virgin, then Virgin would have probably just given you money back. I remember years ago, EasyJet were worse. EasyJet was terrible. No, I gave 3 fridge magnets away while I was in Las Vegas. I don't know if you got onto that one. And one person hasn't sent the details through. So Alison Skett, I think her name is, you need to contact me on my, if you watch this video on my who knows where Facebook site, private message me. That's the only way you'll get hold of me. And we'll have a little chat because the fridge magnet's sitting here waiting for you. No, Kim, I actually gave 3 away. Well, I didn't give 3 away. I gave 1 away. And then I just got really generous. But then I thought, oh, here we go again. Now I'm going to put pressure on myself. I turned around and said, I'll give 3 away. And then I ended up having to try and go out and find the bloody magnets then. And you know when you look and you know when you find something and you go, right, I'll use that as the fridge magnets and I'll put that up. And then I thought, do you know what? I'm in Vegas. I'm going to give 3 fridge magnets away, even though I only had one. And then you go back out. How come you can never find the one you're looking for? I had to search everywhere to try and find. I could find all the different ones, but not the one that I'd showed on camera. I found it in the end. I watched the live last night from Vegas and saw the magnet. Gutted I missed the live. Oh, no, yeah. They were really nice fridge magnets, them. They weren't cheap and they weigh a ton. And they're double-sided as well. It's the first fridge magnets I've ever got where you can flip the sides round. Right, folks, I'm going to bring this to a close. I've been on an hour and 10 minutes now. And I think it's time to jump in the bath and get my head down because this, I don't know how long jet lag takes. I've never really had jet lag when I've gone abroad, but this sort of took it out on me. I think probably because I was on the hype doing the 9 hotels and doing the food reviews, and then the Hard Rock Cafe. So that's a lot to do in 10 days. 10 lots of food reviews, the Hard Rock Cafe, and 9 hotels in 11 days. And that's counting traveling. It was a lot to do. And then when I got home, eventually got home, I just went out like a light. Is it giveaway time? No, it's not tonight. Are you live again next week? Yes, because I'm not planning anything for the next week. Um, I'm tempted. I'm looking at stuff, but it's just too expensive. While the children are off school now, it's ridiculous. Hotels that I know I can get for 70, £80 in Benidorm, small little hotels, they want 190, 200 quid for the same hotels. I'd rather wait 6 weeks and then, once the kids are back at school, pay proper prices. Andrew's saying good conversation. Look forward to next week's chat. Good night, Paul. And everyone, hope you're. I can't see that because the light's under it. There we go. Right, Anthony, I'm off. Right, everybody, time to say ta. I'm going to go. So if you just say goodnight, I'll say goodnight back to you. Andrew, bye. Couple of minutes and I'll say ta. Jet to have £100 off in October. There you go. See what I mean? As soon as September's gone. As soon as the kids. August, July, August, September, they're the worst months. That's when you watch prices go through the roof. Bye, Brad. Bye, Anthony. See if any more pops up. Right, folks, I'm going to go. I'll see you in, well, it'll be next week now. I'll catch you next week. Ta-ra, Kim. I'll catch you in next week's video. Don't forget, on Sunday, there'll be another video coming up on Sunday. Look out for that one. I'll see you later. Good night.